All right. Welcome. This is episode 2 of Sammy's Hammy Sammy's.
Woo-woo.
I said it this time without laughing in the middle of it, but I laughed right at the end. So this is Tory, my second guest ever. Welcome, Tory.
Thank you for having me. I'm so honored to be the second guest.
Yeah. It was going to be my brother, but he was sick.
And I'm also just cooler.
Yeah.
Sorry to your brother.
Well, we'll see. We'll see who has the better metrics on their podcast episode. So
Okay.
you better go out there and promote it.
I'm going to post it on my Instagram to my 5 followers.
Yeah. So welcome. You have a sandwich, presumably, and also a topic that you've been.
I did.
We talked about a topic the first time I asked you.
Yes, but I did not do that topic because it was not a ham sandwich.
Oh.
And I like to follow rules.
Okay.
So a side note, Sam and I have talked before about my love-hate relationship with the Reuben sandwich and how I can rant very long about how it is very different no matter where you order it.
Right.
But should I reveal the sandwich I have made?
Well, I thought Reuben's had contained some pork product.
I have pastrami. So
Pastrami. Not. I don't know what I'm thinking of, but it's not a Reuben, obviously.
No.
I guess you
the
could
Reuben, it's just
I guess you could put bacon on it, though that's not really a Reuben
You
then
could.
at that point, is it?
Yeah, I mean, is there a sandwich police that would come and arrest us if we make a variation to a Reuben sandwich? Because the main thing is you got the sauerkraut, pastrami, and Thousand Island S dressing.
Yeah.
But I feel like you could pepper in some other things in there, it could still be considered
a ham
a
sandwich.
A ham
Reuben.
sandwich / Reuben.
Yeah.
But that's not what I did tonight.
That's not what you did. So what did you do today, Tory?
Well, it's not very pretty anymore because I ate some bites of it. But these are Monte Cristo Brie sliders.
Ooh, Monte Cristo Brie sliders. So sliders, they're little ones. It looked like just two halves.
I say sliders because that's what the recipe said, but I bought just normal French bread.
Oh.
So,
So it's
they are giant version of sliders.
Full-sized Monte Cristo sliders.
Yeah, because I guess a slider, are you able to eat that in one bite? Because I could
2
try.
or 3, 4. Yeah, you could.
But I don't know if anyone wants to see that.
And I think sliders you would normally expect to see served in groups of 2 or 3. Right?
That's true, with maybe a little toothpick in it.
Yeah, I think that's
that's what
you call a slider.
They're not sliders. That's just what the recipe said. I should have just said Monte Cristo. But it's not the same exactly as Monte Cristo. It's just inspired by one.
Okay, so I'll reveal my sandwich, and then you'll tell me what is different about your Monte Cristo slider that makes it not a Monte Cristo and makes it a slider instead.
Okay.
So it's
not, I guess it's...
Where's the front? Ooh. There. This is a...
That looks good.
Bacon spam handwich. So if you'll look in there, there's some thicker pieces of spam here. There. This is terrible. Here. And then there's 2 layers of alternating spacon, which is spam bacon, and Swiss cheese. And the larger pieces are marinated or glazed in teriyaki on top of some caramelized onions and then some lettuce on top. And
wow,
I made this
all out.
I made this a couple times to test it out. I never did the teriyaki, so we'll see how that's different, but let me tell you, it's pretty good. So let's take a bite. I do too.
Okay. I know how it goes.
Oh my God.
I'll take a bite of mine as well.
The teriyaki kind of soaked into the bread.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah.
Did you toast it?
I didn't.
Okay.
I think I would. in the future. Just because it, like, toasting, you get a little bit less sogginess
Yeah.
if things kind of seep into it.
I always like a toasted sandwich, which I guess is more of a melt than
Well, you're toasting the
a regular one.
whole sandwich then, not just the bread.
That's
Right.
true. I guess depending, do you toast bread first or whole
Yeah.
sandwich? I toasted my whole sandwich.
Okay, so that's how a Monte Cristo is made, though. So it's not a toasted
So,
Monte Cristo. It's
so
just a
Monte
Monte
Cristo
Cristo.
is normally like deep fried,
Oh, really?
and I do
Okay.
not have a deep fryer.
Yeah.
So I instead put it on the stove top.
Yeah.
But that's really the kind of the only difference. I also put some green onions in there,
Ooh.
and it's a mix of turkey and ham, and then brie cheese, and then some green onions, and then also a layer of raspberry jam.
Ooh.
And then after it was all fried up, I put some powdered sugar on it because that's how you always top your Monte Cristo. But the slider part was just the name. This is clearly not slider sides.
Yeah, that's a whole sandwich.
Yeah, it's a whole sandwich.
Yeah. Nice. So tell me more about the Monte. So the only difference is that, is there a difference between a regular Monte Cristo and that one, or what you made?
I think it's just the traditional one is like deep fried.
Deep fried
it's more,
instead of pan fried. Right.
Yeah. And so instead of pan fried.
Do they batter
that's
it?
kind of the main, and then so they usually batter it and then deep fry it. They usually don't have the onions in there. And then I don't know if they always use brie. I think it usually has kind of more.
Isn't it Swiss?
Of a Swiss, I think flavor. But I don't like brie cheese on its own, but I do like it when it's like melted. So it's a pretty good sandwich, I think.
Nice. I also think brie benefits from jam or some sort of sweetness.
Yeah, like a good baked brie with like a spicy jelly with it is always a good choice.
Yeah. Nice.
That's leading more towards like charcuterie board style, not sandwich. That's a different podcast.
Right. So now that mine has fallen apart slightly, you can see that the spacon, you just kind of fry it up until it's like crispy. And it really does taste kind of, not like bacon, but bacony. And it's all crispy and stuff. It's really good.
I've only had Spam once, and I remember liking it, but it's not something like, I don't go to the store and be like, oh, I want to buy some Spam. But I had a good experience once with Spam, I guess.
Yeah. I did not eat Spam until I was in college at least. And then I don't even know what prompted it or what event led to me eating Spam, but it's not a thing you typically eat in our region in the Northwest. Right? It's not like it's not like
unless you go to like a Hawaiian style restaurant. Right. Yeah.
And that's probably where I had it the first time.
I feel like it's usually like someone else introduces it to you, and then you're like, oh yeah, this isn't some weird joke thing that people laugh about.
Yeah. It's like real food that a lot of people in the world eat. And I think it's good. I like it. Yeah. I think, so there's a L&L barbecue. I don't know if you've ever gone to that place. I know it's a chain. There's some up and down the sound.
I don't think so.
But they have Spam Masubu, which is like a slice of Spam on a bed of rice wrapped in seaweed just to like hold it. So it's like a Spam sushi, but it's like a whole slice. So it's big like that.
That sounds good.
It is good. Yeah.
I feel like I saw that when I was like in Hawaii a long time ago.
Probably.
But
it's like a popular snack
like
thing.
Spam. Yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah. And then I bought like 5 cans of Spam for testing. This took like almost a whole can. Excuse me. Okay, I'm gonna cut that out. It's gross.
No, leave it in.
Maybe we'll see. So I went to the grocery store that our closest grocery store that we usually go to, and they did not have Spam. Apparently, there's been a shortage recently. and like for a week they didn't have any. So I went one day just to see what just to get regular groceries, and I was like, oh, I should get some Spam because I'm gonna do this, and they didn't have any. And then like I went 4 or 5 days later, and they still didn't have any. I went to the other grocery store in our area across the street, and they had 3 cans, which is crazy.
Did you buy them all?
I bought 2 of them. I didn't need all of them, so and I didn't want to leave someone else.
You're
high
nice
and
and
dry.
left one behind.
Yeah, I didn't need it that desperately, but yeah, they're having a national shortage right now, which is interesting. It's not something you really think of as being scarce, but it is right now.
Yeah, I just kind of think of Spam as just always there.
Yeah.
Watching me in the grocery store.
I guess there was a pork shortage a couple months ago, like month 2 of quarantine. It was kind of hard to get pork products in general, but maybe that kind of led to.
Is that why the McRib didn't come out?
Yes.
I don't actually know if the McRib. I'm saying that like a fact. I have actually no idea.
Yeah, I feel like that they came out with it within the last year, and that includes a lot of pandemic, a lot of plague time.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but I don't think we're going to see the McRib for a while. Or
R.I.P.
they've still been producing as much pork as they have been, but haven't been able to distribute it. And the prices are going to tank or something soon. I guess we'll see.
For us all.
We will see what the pork has wrought. Yeah.
That will be like next month. Of every month of quarantine has had a weird theme. Next one will be like Return of the Pork.
Return of the Pork.
Vengeance.
Pork overflow. Everyone go buy a freezer so you can buy pork. Stock up on pork. Oh my God, could you imagine? Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know. Every month has been so weird. If a crazy pork incident happens, it wouldn't surprise me.
It would not be surprising. Yeah.
It's just like, oh, okay.
Yep, it's the pork month.
Better than murder bees.
Murder bees. Murder hornets. Yeah.
Oh yeah, whatever they were.
I didn't click a link about murder hornets until like the second month they were talking about them, because I was like, I don't have time for whatever this is.
Like, I don't need this in my life.
I don't need this. I don't need to know. It hasn't really affected me yet, so it's probably fine.
Well, we can't even go outside right now,
Yeah,
so I mean,
know.
I dare murder hornet to try to come and get me.
Yeah.
Don't actually if they are listening to me.
Please stay outside. Murder hornets.
I don't need them.
I don't know about you. The smoke here has been fairly bad to the point where we're not opening the windows and running the air filter and everything. But
yeah, I don't really go outside.
Oh, right.
I'm just inside
That's
working the whole time. So like when I look out the window, it just looks really like foggy. The first 2 days it was where it was more that orange tint.
Yeah.
But I'm inside and my house always stays pretty cold. So during the day I'm always like, oh, it's fall and it's just chilly and foggy outside. And then I'll go outside and be like, oh, it actually is still really hot. Like,
terrible.
Like this is not what it's like. Inside I'm like, oh, it's cozy. And then outside I'm like, no, we're dying.
Yeah. Our house does not stay cool at all. So it's been pretty bad.
Yeah.
We have one air conditioner that doesn't do a very good job. So it's rough, but I think it's getting better. This weekend was just really bad. Saturday, Sunday.
And I think it's supposed to rain the next few days, so hopefully
that brings down some of the smoke.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yes, it would.
At least we'll have our sandwiches.
We will always have our sandwiches, and to make my Spaken, what did I call it? Spaken hand.
Spaken spam.
Spaken spam handwich.
Sandwich.
Yeah.
Mouthful.
I don't need to grill or make any more smoke. You just do it right on the stove. So, yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. And I have one more can of Spam. Doesn't that look so good?
So you can make it again.
I can make it again.
It does look really good.
It is very good. I'll post the recipe so that no one will ever make it.
Oh, good. I'll cross post you. We'll do a little Instagram collaboration. Do you want to hear some of the history of the Monte Cristo and why I chose this sandwich?
I would love to.
Okay. So my first experience with the Monte Cristo sandwich was at the Blue Bayou restaurant in Disneyland, which you know is one of my favorite places in the world. So that was always like our special treat when we would go to Disneyland, because we used to not go as frequently as I go now. Now I have money, so I can actually go. And so we'd always be like, oh, we're going to have our lunch at the Blue Bayou and get the Monte Cristo. And then we later discovered you can also get it at, I think, the Riverbell Terrace, and it's much cheaper there. So now we just go there to get our Monte Cristo. But also, like Shrek was saying, he has layers. My experience with the Monte Cristo also has layers, because The Count of Monte Cristo is also my favorite book. So, it's kind of, I don't think they eat the Monte Cristo in that book as far as I remember, but the name kind of plays along.
Yeah, Monte Cristo is a place.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Now, as my 5 seconds of Googling and then screenshotting a page, because I am a professional and I do my research, it is believed that this sandwich was a variation of the French dish called the croque monsieur. I don't know if I said that correctly, because I took German in school, which was not helpful for any part of my life. Not French.
I took French, but that's close.
Okay,
it's not bad.
I tried my best. But that usually had Gruyere cheese, and it wasn't fried. And then I think you can also get a different variation of that has an egg on it. I think that's like a croque madame, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then the Americans took over, and like all Americans, we like things better deep fried. So then we said, we're going to take this French dish and we're going to make it better and a lot less healthy. We're going to batter it up. We're going to drop it in some oil and fry that sucker up. And that's kind of the history. But then Disneyland in the 1960s took over, or the popularity was rising of this sandwich. So they introduced it to their restaurants. And now it's become a pretty popular sandwich. Though
at Disneyland.
I don't see it often on menus, but I also don't
look for it.
I feel like it's also more of like a lunch thing, and I don't often go out to lunch. So I feel like you wouldn't maybe see it on a dinner menu.
Right.
But yeah, I haven't had one at Disneyland in a while, because now they're plague. That also. I've kind of moved on a little bit from Disneyland's Monte Cristo. I also have a weird habit where I don't like at restaurants where people order the same dish. And so
you can't share and try everything on the menu.
Right. Like I'll share, like say, hey, I'll share the Monte Cristo and like get like a little cup of the gumbo or something. But if everybody at the table is buying the Monte Cristo, I'm like, I can't. I'm just going to have a bite of somebody's and then I'm going to get something else. It's a very annoying habit I have, and my family knows that. I try to sometimes sway their decisions away from certain things so that we won't all order the same stuff.
Oh, I do the same.
But so it's a popular sandwich amongst my family. So when I was talking to you earlier and I was like, do we need to have a ham or no ham? I was like, Googled fancy ham sandwich recipes and looked through them. Sandwiches. Yeah. And I was like, this one looks good. I'm going to make it. And it is good.
Yeah.
I did. And I enjoy it. It's getting very melty.
Yeah.
The cheese is kind of going over the place, but I like that.
Yeah.
I don't like when you bite into like
spill out.
Right. Like the worst is if you make like a toasted sandwich or a melt or grilled cheese or something and you bite into it and the center part's not fully cooked.
Right.
The worst.
It's the worst.
Have you read the Reddit post from a very long time ago where that man went on a rant on the grilled cheese subreddit?
No, I don't think I have.
Haven't, it was probably like almost 10 years ago that this post happened. There's a grilled cheese subreddit and people post melts. And so this person went on this rant about how a grilled cheese is different than a melt. And I was like, yeah, because I would say a grilled cheese is just cheese.
Yeah.
But then how much extra stuff do you add before it goes from melt or grilled cheese? And like, is grilled cheese a variation of a melt? And so it was a very fun read about somebody losing their mind about grilled cheeses versus melts.
Oh
Like
my
this would be something someone would maybe post because they're like, it's grilled and it has cheese. But I would say
that's
this is
not
more
a grilled
melt.
cheese.
Right.
Yeah.
I think if to be a grilled cheese, the cheese has to be the focus.
Right. It's like
you can maybe add something, but
tomato or
or like
I don't know, something else that's not a main topping. Like you wouldn't add ham to a grilled cheese and call it a grilled cheese. You'd call it a ham melt or something like that.
Right. Yeah,
Interesting.
it's like, because I've seen people do like brie with apple slices. I would still consider that a grilled cheese, but maybe when you include meat.
Yeah, I think if there's anything else that could be considered the main ingredient, it is not a grilled cheese.
Mm-hmm.
And
ham the cheese has to be the like focus.
Yeah. I found the post. Would you like to hear? Do you want me to dramatically read the first line or first few lines?
Yes, please do.
A grilled cheese consists of only the following items. These following items: cheese, bread with spread, usually butter. This entire subreddit consists of melts. Almost every grilled cheese sandwich I see on here has other items added to it. The fact that this subreddit is called grilled cheese is nothing short of utter blasphemy. There you go.
I mean, I honestly wish I could be that passionate about something in my life.
Like, I do too. I'm trying to be that passionate about ham sandwiches, but obviously that's such a broader category than grilled cheese that you need to like have some leniency there. So I'm not going to be so strict as this person to say that anything a ham sandwich can only contain pork products called ham, because obviously I just used spam, but even that says on the package that it contains ham.
Right.
The only ingredients are ham and salt. So I think any pork product makes it a ham sandwich.
I think so. I think
that's my general idea for the future. But I guess we'll see.
Yeah, and on the previous podcast, you guys debated about sandwich versus wrap,
right?
Which also opens up a huge debate. I know my brother and his friends have debated of what's the difference between a wrap and a burrito.
Right.
Excuse me, I just also now burped. You can leave that in or edit it out.
There's another one.
Perfect. We're even. It's hard to have a podcast where you're eating and drinking.
Yeah, exactly. I said that on the last one. It's like nobody wants to hear or see people eat on camera, but that's what this is about. So we're gonna do it.
You're gonna deal with it, listeners.
Yep.
Suck it up and deal with it.
Too bad.
This is what this podcast is. A serious podcast.
It's a serious podcast about ham sandwiches. Okay.
We love ham sandwiches. That is the hill we are going to die on.
Yes. Okay, where were we?
Would you ever be able to have a vegetarian on the like?
Oh yeah, I mean we're not going to exclude anyone. I just have to eat a ham sandwich.
Okay, that's the golden rule.
And my cousin in the first episode, her sandwich didn't even have ham.
Well, yeah, that's right.
It was tofu, so I mean it was basically a vegetarian sandwich.
Yeah. Okay.
Vegetarian wrap. And I think we'll get back into sandwiches versus wraps in the future. I said on that one that it's a sandwich, but there's more debate to be had there. So we'll see.
It's like the same. The hot dog is a hot dog, a sandwich debate.
Right. Actually, that's another thing I wanted to do. I want to take a poll of every guest and ask them, is a hot dog a sandwich?
I say no.
You say no.
And why I say no? Why I say no is I consider a sandwich to be 2 slices of bread, and a proper hot dog, the bun should not split.
Okay. There you go. See, that's a really valid argument that I'm not going to say I haven't heard it, but like that's not one of the like regular arguments is the bread splitting.
Yeah.
It's like,
and I would say a hot dog is in the umbrella of a sandwich. Like it's in the same family. Just how like I think wraps and burritos are in the same family. Right. It's you don't say I'm having a
sandwich and then go eat a taco or eat a hot dog.
Like because if you were considering a hot dog a sandwich, then you would I feel like have to consider a taco a sandwich.
Right.
but I don't consider a taco a sandwich.
Well, that wasn't the question. And
I
you
know, but I'm
said
saying like if someone
hot
says
dog is
that a
not
hot dog
sandwich.
is a sandwich, yeah, I'm saying no. That's my opinion, and I'm right
You can
because
believe whatever you want to believe.
in this day and age, I'm saying opinions are facts.
Opinions are facts. Hot dog is not a
For some
sandwich.
people, it is.
Tory.
No, in the same family tree, but
Yeah.
a distant relative of a sandwich.
Okay. Great. Now, what if you split the hot dog bun?
I would still
Does
say
that
no
invalidate your
because
entire
I would
argument? Or is that just
no because
because
I
it
would say
wasn't meant to be
that's
split?
like it wasn't meant to be split.
Okay, so the way it was cut at the
Now
factory.
yeah,
Okay, I see.
yeah. So that's yeah, and I think going back to saying like you aren't saying you're saying I'm having a hot dog. You don't say I'm having a hot dog sandwich.
Right.
You don't include the sandwich part of that.
Yeah. I'm gonna go have a hot dog.
It's my
sandwich.
hill I will die on.
It's a good hill.
If someone said that to me, I'd be like, "What the heck is
What? Yeah.
like a hot dog sandwich?"
What are you talking about?
I would if someone ordered that from me, I would probably interpret it as you would take a hot dog and slice it up and then make a sandwich out of it.
Yeah, because you could slice it long ways, slice it in half, and then lay it out on 2 pieces of bread, and it would be a hot dog sandwich.
Yeah,
but that's
and
not
I think
a hot
sandwiches
dog.
you also traditionally eat like this,
Right?
But a hot dog you eat more like this. Like a hamburger is more of a sandwich. I would say a hamburger is a sandwich. Yeah. A hot dog. The new TikTok dance.
Yes. A hot dog or sandwich. Yeah. Well, there you have it. A hot dog is not a sandwich from Tory.
According to me.
According to Tory. Well, it has been half an hour.
Ooh, that was fast.
Did you realize it's been half an hour of talking about ham sandwiches?
I could talk longer about sandwiches.
I know.
I really could talk about anything.
I feel like we only scratched the surface, so I guess we're going to have to do another one together.
Yeah, I'll have to be another guest again with a new sandwich.
Well, you'd be the same guest, but you came back a different time.
I guess that's true. I could put a hat on and be a new guest if you would like.
Fake mustache.
Yeah.
Straw it on.
Every week.
Every week. It's just Tory in a different disguise talking about a different ham sandwich.
All right. Tory spelled with an I this time now.
T-O-R.
Can I plug my Instagram?
Yes.
Can I be one of those people?
Let's hear your Instagram.
Okay. Hello, everybody. I'm Tory Finland. I have a baking Instagram, and it's at Treats by Tory, and that is Tory spelled with a Y, like the British political party, not with an I. So Treats by Tory. I just post pictures of food that I make. So if you like pictures of food, you would like my Instagram.
You do make some very beautiful pictures of food.
Thank you. I feel like you need a theme song to
I do
go in and out of the podcast.
Play me in, Johnny. Play me out, Johnny.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have that, but I will say thank you, Tory, for coming. Yeah. That was a beautiful sandwich. Did you finish your sandwich?
I did not because I felt weird eating it on camera, but I'm gonna finish it up right now.
That's the whole thing.
Here.
So start going while I keep doing the outro. So thank you, Tory, for coming. Go check out her Instagram, like her pictures, follow her, buy a cake if you live around here. Do you sell cakes?
If someone wants one,
okay,
they can ask.
You can message Tory if you live around Seattle-ish area, and maybe buy a cake, and or cupcakes,
or other things,
or anything else. I guess they could ask you to make anything, couldn't they? You'd probably say yes.
I would say cakes aren't even my specialty. But yeah, I mean, I just love to bake whatever. So,
all right,
anything.
Well, thank you, and that's a wrap.
That's a sandwich.
That's a sandwich. That you had a sandwich. So thank you. All right.